Alright, we're back in the car. Just ignore the windshield wiper at the bottom. But I was trying to get you a slightly better view of what everything looked like here. So, we'll see if that works. We'll see how well that works. I am driving back through the park. We'll take a slightly different route. The reason the parking spots are like this is because at the end of the road here, there's a boat ramp. And people are able, you can park your trailer and your vehicle in those longer spaces, in case you were wondering why they look like that. Here's a guy in a truck that's afraid of driving off the road. There are a lot of people like that have trucks that are, well, they're afraid to get them dirty or beat up. Again, that's where the water goes over the road. This guy's very friendly. So we're going to drive out. You can see the grass is all starting to green up. It's pretty nice. A lot of people out walking their dogs today. Probably supposed to blur these people out. It's on a video on YouTube, but I don't think anybody's going to watch this anyway. So, you know, there's not a lot of point anyway. It's quite possible that all that you can see is the glare from the sun. Sorry, you're just going to have to put up with that because I'm taking this with my phone and not an expert at this anyway. Probably slow down so you're not just looking at the back end of this car the whole time, but here's a guy on my right that has a couple of Dobermans. He's, I think those dogs are bigger than he was. Those dogs used to be really popular. I had a couple of friends that had those. They're not nearly as popular a breed of dog anymore, though. And I don't know why they kind of lost popularity, but when I was younger, probably 30 or 35 years ago, they were much more common to see those. There we go. So hopefully the view will be slightly more panoramic than it was on the way out. But since this area is so close to the river, a lot of times it gets really foggy in the morning. And if you get up early enough and you drive through here, you can't see very far. But when the sun comes up and shines through the fog where it hangs in these valleys and everything, it is very pretty. That's why a lot of times I come through here. Also, there's deer and I've seen turkeys, that kind of thing in this area more than once. Driving through here, there are a couple places with horses, but I don't think you'll be able to see them from the camera that's mounted on the dash the way it is. But there's a big cornfield on your right. And obviously there's houses and everything on the left. But again, there's still some farmland in this area for a variety of reasons. But that's probably one of the reasons I like it. Also, most of the time when you go through here, there are not very many people around. There's nobody on the road, nobody out in the yard, because the yards are very large. So it feels like you're in an area that has a lot of space and not a lot of population. And of course I enjoy that. You know that. But also I kind of like the windy road, and I enjoy the drive in the morning, but also in the evening. I just don't get to drive here in the evening very often. And it would be very nice if I could buy a little piece of land up here, but the problem with that really is that this is kind of far away from everything. It's in the very northwest corner of St. Louis County, and there are not any stores. Or, I mean, you haven't even seen a gas station. This is the main road. So it's not very, it's kind of out of the way of every place. And I don't really know if it will improve or become more developed or whatever or not. I kind of think that everybody that lives here is pretty happy with just living up here kind of in the somewhat rural area that they live in, and nobody here wants it to change. So I don't think it will, other than, maybe a few people will build slightly bigger houses, or there might be some houses get knocked down and newer houses put in. But I don't think anybody is going to put a subdivision in here. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I was going to turn around there, but I'll just go this way. Oh. And actually, if you look over there, across the road, that is, well, it was Jamestown Mall. And that mall is closed now, obviously. But it was a very high-end place at one time. But like many other malls in St. Louis, at least, and probably across America, it has closed. And we'll go up this way and kind of go back a slightly different way. There we go. It's really better on this drive if you have the windows down. But I feel like if I had the windows down, you wouldn't be able to hear anything except the air coming in through the windows. So I roll the windows up. On my right is a quarry, and obviously you can't go in there, but it's a quarry that's right by the river. Quarry limestone out of the bluffs on the riverside, And then they, I believe, pretty much just loaded directly onto barges where it goes down the Mississippi River. There are a lot of quarries by the river because at one time, and even now, it's much easier to get stone onto a barge and move it that way. It's a lot cheaper. You can move a much greater volume of it. And so that means that at the end of the day, it's less expensive. And where am I now? Okay. Also, it's kind of easy to get turned around back here. So now I'm kind of just driving back the way that I came. There's the mailman. And so I think you've probably seen everything that there is to see. Rather than me cover it again, I'm probably just going to